Was Jak and Daxter a 10 out of 10? Okay, before we get down to the gritty, let's quickly evaluate the whole point of video game scores. Numbers are gaming's kryptonite. When I was younger, I was plagued by numbers. I bought Games Master, the official PlayStation and Xbox magazines, and spent hours at the back of them every month comparing games. This mythos isn't gaming, it is a sickness.
I have a disease.
So against my sound judgment, we will engage in this sickness one last time. Because why not? It's my bloody video. We will use IGN's grading system to see what the professionals define as a 10. Our highest recommendation, well, yeah, it's the 10 IGN. I swear this is from the official website, which is about as official as Getaway Free. So there's no such thing. That's very spiritual of them. No! So why have scores at all? Anyway, a 10 holds masterpiece rank. It is a game that is as close to perfect as they could hope for. This game will influence design for years and is a shining example. Okay, so it's pretty damn good.
So good.
I know you don't trust IGN, but I'm lazy and I stuck with the first guideline I came across. I completed Jak over the weekend and it is as good as I remember. But we've got to put on the critic's hat and run the game through the mincer. We will go over the negatives first because I like a happy ending. So the initial info dump at the beginning of the game.
Searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose?
Where Samus sets the scene is cliche and boring. Come on, Naughty Dog. You're better than this. What makes matters worse is that this scene happens 1 minute after the opening dribble.
Heck, this place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you...
Now that is subtle storytelling, and that works. What was the point of having Samus rabble on to have Daxter explain these words more sharply and organically?
What?
Jak doesn't talk. And I'm not against the quiet time.
Look, old man! Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, but where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
All in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns!
But in situations where all the characters are running their mouths, providing some bullying light, well, at work we'd call it banter, it's pretty damn frustrating. You're busy. He's getting stung left, right and centre, and you just take it. It's so annoying. And I'm sorry, Samus, somebody has to say it, but you're an ungrateful bum for almost the whole game. He has one good thing to say at the end of the game.
Hard on you boys. You do have what it takes to be heroes.
But for the rest of it, it's just sass and whining. From the outset, he claims Jak and Daxter aren't good enough to leave the village. Bro, we were just chilling on Misty Island. We cleared the vents, but we didn't do it fast enough.
To unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
We saved the infected plants. We don't deserve a break.
You keep keep on impressing me. But then maybe it's just because I've got low expectations. Okay, your moment of gloating is over. Get on with it.
We get to the Citadel at the end, and we took too long.
It's about time you two decided to show up.
Nice to see you, too. Wow!
You know, Jak, if you ever end up with Kira, with Samus's daughter, please let him be 7 feet under. For your sake. And I think this harbingers on an issue with the game design, is the number of times a character just sells power cells for orbs is lazy. To the point that the game jokes about it when you're with the miners.
Where have I heard that before?
Thank God there are only 3 boss fights. Because they're naff. Come on, they are naff. There is a big plant who offers minimum variation in attack. The rock thrower guy who, you guessed it, throws rocks. And the bucket of bolts at the end, which was the most challenging of the 3, but not by much. I would love more attack variation. You know, force the players to do more. Could the game have been slightly more difficult in general? Could Jak and Daxter have boasted more of a challenge? That's not to say I didn't die, because I did. But it was all on the easier side. The secret ending after finishing the game on 100 or 101 power cells is a joke. I swear, as I waited for the credits to end, I checked my phone, and by the time I looked up, it was done. It could have been more rewarding. Jak and Kira finishing that kiss would have been better.
Wow! Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Well, okay. That's for all the negatives I had to squeeze out.
You lack conviction.
And if for some reason you were only interested in the negatives, by all means, leave us. If you're still here, let's go over the positives. I'm sure every Jak and Daxter fan will have heard all of these. The game is almost 24 years old, so give me a break. What is the most needed thing for a platforming game? Arguably, I'd say a playable character that functions. And without doubt, Jak is all there. From Geyser Rock to the Citadel, Jak's movement is utterly breathtaking. It's John Smith smooth. Jak can turn on a sixpence. He has weight and momentum, and controlling Jak never, and I repeat, never gets boring. The world is so special. For a game in 2001, Naughty Dog created a region with distinct areas that seamlessly transition into each other. The game still looks good. They tick all the boxes. Beaches, jungles, mountains, caves, swamps. It is charming. There's different threats, obstacles, even mechanics, and most areas harbour weird and wonderful NPCs that are, for the most part, incredible. They add flavour, charm and humour to such an incredibly put together world, and did I say, with no loading screens. Unless this black flicker counts. When the voices aren't in your head, exploring is such a joy. Hunting scout flies, precursor orbs, and the sought after power cells is so chore free that it's kind of crazy. I feel at peace playing this game. I genuinely do. Even the Zoomer missions and Flut areas were fun and a joy to control. There is just so much polish, love and warmth that it melts you as a gamer. The idea that a nobody in a tiny village becomes a hero to save the world isn't groundbreaking, but it soars when it's done well. Now that I've gotten off my knees, let's conclude this, shall we? From replaying the game, putting my sword to the paper, following IGN's guidelines, would I classify Jak and Daxter as a 10. It was an early platformer for the PS2. So the movement, the level design, the world building, the zero loading times, and the humour, a mix of slapstick and tongue-in-cheek that adults and kids can enjoy are shining examples. All these things influenced the PS2 era and were a blueprint for other games. So yeah, it definitely influenced game design for years to come. Now on to the tricky one. Was it as close to perfection as we hoped? Jak and Daxter knew it was a collectathon. It knew it was funny. It knew it was completely playable. And it knew it was incredibly fun. It is a 3D free-roaming platformer. As its genre suggests, it does exactly what it says on the tin. Based on all this, how could anyone not grant Jak and Daxter a 10 out of 10 according to IGN's metric? Right. So to prove a point, let's see what IGN gave Jak and Daxter. 94? What the hell happened to the 10s? Right, okay. 9.4. Simple fix, no need to end the world. A magical feeling. That's promising. It's one of the few games I can't help but smile and have fun with. Who is this guy? What does that even mean? It's true 3D platforming masterpiece. Are you kidding me? So it's a masterpiece, is it, IGN? With a 9.4, masterpiece? Alright, so that threw a spanner into the works. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why scores don't matter. So maybe it's not a 10. Who cares? There is only one certain answer. Kira is a 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, comment, subscribe to all the juices. This was the next video in the 2001 Gaming Odyssey, and the next game we will touch all over is going to be Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.